Who's the black private dick that's a sex machine to all the chicks?
Shaft.
Can you dig it? This is the second lesson in our Samuel L. Jackson 101 series, the first of 2 modern sequels to the original 1971 Shaft movie, Shaft.
Fill me up with a barrel full of monkeys, as I hate being bored, I hate being bored. Load me up, cause I'm such a junkie. Every day all I want is more. So entertain me right now. So entertain me right now.
On Pop Culture Junkie, we're taking a deep dive into the work of one of the world's most beloved actors, Samuel L. Jackson. This week's lesson is on Shaft. I'm Shauna.
I'm Nicole.
I'm Haley.
This is Alex.
So, what'd you guys think of Shaft?
Had any of you seen Shaft before?
Not at all. No. Honestly, I kind of never wanted to watch it. I've never really been interested in watching Shaft. I don't know. I have a weird thing about watching things that happened long before I've been around.
Yeah.
And so
You weren't around in 2000?
Well,
I'm just
it's
joking.
based-
I'm joking. I'm
The
joking.
OG.
Yeah, the OG
I'm just joking.
Because I don't know, it reminds me of like Dukes and Hazards and stuff. I don't know. I didn't want to watch it. And I knew that it was a connection to that, but I was actually pleased watching Shaft.
We're going to be doing this the entire episode.
It's impossible
Sorry,
to
listeners.
yeah, it's impossible to avoid it.
I'd never seen it, but I always kind of wanted to. I kind of knew that it was like a 70s kind of vibe with like the music in the background. But yeah, I enjoyed it more than I thought I was going to. Because like I feel the same. I didn't like the Dukes of Hazzard remake movie. And I know sometimes they try to bring back what was old is cool and new again. And it doesn't really work. But
When did the Dukes of Hazzard remake or like film
The Johnny Knoxville version.
with Owen Wilson?
it was Johnny Knoxville. No, you're thinking of with Ben Stiller and Owen Wilson. They redid Starsky and Hutch.
Oh.
Which I also
Is that the
was
same thing?
There's 2 different things, but they're all kind of the same vibe for sure.
yeah.
I don't get it.
Dukes of Hazzard was 2005. The remake was 2005, and I think Starsky and Hutch was 2004. So it was like right around the same
Yeah.
time. So yeah, apparently there's kind of a trend of taking stuff from the 70s and trying to make it fresh.
The only one who did that right was the Brady Bunch movie.
The Brady Bunch movies are kind of funny.
Yeah, they're hilarious.
Yeah, because they make fun of the Brady Bunch.
Yeah.
This, I don't know, Shaft, like having never seen the original Shaft from the 70s,
Shaft.
I have nothing to base this off of other than like a 30-second clip that I sent you guys from the X-Files of Mulder singing the Shaft theme song. That's all I ever knew about Shaft.
Yeah, I think part of the reason I like this movie is because they're able to bring like the 70s to the millennium.
Yeah, that kind of 70s vibe with the tracks and the whole background I thought was nice touch.
I still felt like I was watching something that's like from there, but
Yeah.
it was now.
Yeah, I've never even heard of it before watching it.
At all? You never
No.
know? You haven't seen memes or anything? Or
Nope. Never.
You're Isaac Hayes? No.
Nope.
Oh, that is Isaac
So,
Hayes, huh?
I was going into it like fully blind, no idea what to expect. But I did like it. Definitely was surprised by the opening credits.
Oh my God, I love those
That
opening
I
credits.
felt like
It's
had
hot.
nothing really to do with the rest of the movie. But
I texted you guys the second the movie started because I was like, was that a nipple? Like right away.
That was a whole
mind
titty.
you, I was sitting at my desk at work when I turned it on, and I was like, crap, I turned it off. This is not work appropriate. And I continued it.
NSFW.
And I was like, oh no, we're good. As the camera for my office is right behind my desk.
no.
So hopefully they don't look at that.
He doesn't really fuck any chicks the entire movie. I mean, it's kind of implied when she's like, you want to take me home? And he's like, my duty is to please that booty. And it's
That was my favorite part of the movie. It's my
implied.
duty to please that booty.
He gets the assignment. He knows what to do.
I was like, in what other movie could you get away with saying something like that except in Shaft?
I'm going to give you some love, baby.
Which, by the way, can we just address the fact, is Shaft meant to be a sexual innuendo, like his name in general?
like a penis.
I thought of that the whole time.
Oh, I did not even.
Well, I didn't think
got
of
a
the
big
penis,
ol'
but I thought of the
shaft.
name. I guess I was.
Yeah, right. I don't know. I always thought that that's what it meant, but maybe that's my mind going to a
I mean,
dark
it's his
place.
last name. He's John Shaft. John Shaft.
All the men in his family have really nice chefs.
Well, and the opening credits feature him zipping up his shaft. You know what I mean?
I didn't even know that was an innuendo for that.
Yeah, shaft, like a cylindrical.
Like, we've been good all year and I still got the shaft. You know what I mean? Like,
No.
yeah, no? Oh.
Well, I'm just saying I've never heard of it.
All right.
You learn something new every day.
Say shaft again. Shaft. Okay, so the film opens. New York Police Department detective John Shaft is the lead detective on a case where a young black man has been severely beaten and
Who
ends
is-
up dying. Mackay Pfeiffer.
Pfeiffer.
I love
I was like,
Mackay
what up, 8 Mile?
OG,
Yeah, it was
yeah.
cool.
He's so hot.
I wanted him to have more screen time, though.
I
That was
know.
sad.
Yeah, I was upset about that. But
Okay, let's talk about surprising screen time. Did y'all catch Elizabeth Banks in the background of a scene?
did.
Yeah, she has no lines, and she's just sitting there.
I'm gonna have to rewatch that.
I think she just goes, wow.
Yeah. I didn't even notice her. My husband goes, wait a second. Wait a second, rewind that.
This cast was stacked. When the opening credits started rolling, I was like, "Oh, she's in it. Oh, she's in it
Yeah.
too." Busta Rhymes.
yeah,
is in
Busta
this?
Rhymes came out here like, I was actually surprised with Busta Rhymes in his performance. Like, he was like really in it.
He was my
was
favorite
good.
character.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really liked him. And Toni Collette.
Yeah,
Which is great. She's
I
great in
didn't
everything.
realize it was Toni Collette until like halfway through the movie, and I was like, "Wait a minute."
Yeah, and then Christian Bale, which, like, I don't know. I love young Christian Bale stuff because he's just so different, I think, than he is now.
He's so different, and he's so punchable. Oh my god,
Oh, he's the worst. He's the absolute worst in
Yeah.
this movie.
such
I
a
was
dick in
so
this
mad.
movie.
Yeah, that beginning of the movie, I was in so much rage in the beginning because, man, he was just a complete asshole. And I'm
yeah.
like, oh man, I know so many people like that exists right now.
Thinks he's trying to be so funny and
Yeah,
love his friends.
exactly.
I loved it when Mackay Pfeiffer put the hood on him, though, the napkin.
Yeah, that was funny.
It's like,
That was
yes.
funny. I liked Vanessa Williams just because I think she's just drop dead gorgeous.
I
Yeah.
love
And she
Vanessa
was
Williams.
so good.
She was really good in this. She had some really awesome, like very memorable scenes.
Yeah, she needs to be in more stuff. I miss Vanessa
She
Williams.
was in something recently that
Was
I didn't
she?
watch. Yeah.
I want to watch it. I love her.
I remember looking her up and she was in something that was recent that I thought about but never got the chance to watch it.
I'm gonna have to revisit her filmography. She's an underrated queen.
So Shaft ends up finding out that Christian Bale, racist rich dude, he kills this young black man, and Shaft finds that he has this ID of the waitress who's Toni Collette, and so he is trying to catch him, but he's granted bail. He flees, and then it flash forwards 2 years later.
God, just the rich white guy privilege. It just makes me so mad.
And it's crazy.
Oh
'cause
my god.
He comes back to New York, and there's still never an explanation as to why.
Yeah, why did he come back?
And my husband's like, what kind of stupid? And I thought, well, maybe it just speaks to his privilege
Yeah.
and his ignorance, thinking I'm just going to come back and
I'm never
what are
gonna
they
get
going to
caught.
do? Yeah, I'm untouchable. But so then he ends up getting mixed with Peoples Hernandez, this drug dealer.
Oh my god.
And-
Who's Jeffrey Wright of all
yeah,
people?
can we talk about
Who's
Peoples?
Jeffrey Wright? I don't know him.
Jeffrey Wright, you've seen him in
He was in The
things.
Batman.
Yeah.
The Batman? Like the recent Batman?
He is Detective Gordon in The Batman.
You gotta be kidding me.
Yeah. Jeffrey Wright is not Dominican.
No,
this
he is not.
accent that he put on
Yeah,
is
the accent was horrible, but he
Yeah.
looked Dominican. He could have got me food if he didn't say anything.
yeah.
Well, and you know what was
He did it.
interesting?
I thought he was Cape Verdean. Like his accent almost sounded like it was.
yeah.
yeah.
I Googled it because I was
Me too.
because it was making me uncomfortable, and I was like, is he aware? Has there ever been criticism about this? And there's a whole interview with him done years later about why he chose that accent and his Dominican friends and what he was trying to sound like and all this. And I'm like, okay, I get the justification for why he was doing it, but then I found out, kind of reading some trivia about it, that John Leguizamo was originally tapped to play that role, and he dropped out to be in Moulin Rouge. And on the one hand, I'm so happy he's in
What's
Moulin
Moulin
Rouge.
Rouge?
I love him in
My
Moulin
favorite
Rouge.
movie of all time.
It's an amazing musical starring Nicole Kidman.
My favorite movie of all time.
We need to have a musical episode.
I
guys.
could fangirl about that for a really
I'm
long
gonna be so mad that whole episode.
life-changing. But, so I'm glad that he did that. But at the same time, I couldn't help but think I would have enjoyed John Leguizamo so much more
I
than
would
Jeffrey
have
Wright.
absolutely enjoyed
Yeah,
him
see,
more.
I didn't really care watching it, but now that I know that it's Jeffrey Wright, maybe I feel a little uncomfortable. But
Yeah, I don't know. It
he
just-
tried at least, I guess.
Yeah, and it was just very for a movie that is about like race relations, it was kind of cringy in the way that it represented like Dominicans.
Yeah, and to have somebody who's not even part of that culture like playing that role. I don't know.
Yeah, it was weird.
I mean, that's me. Right. I'm just like, what is this? I just watched the movie. I just didn't care after.
Yeah, really, whatever. And I mean, like, I don't know. He
was hot.
Peoples he's hilarious. He's really funny. I mean, there's a whole scene where he's just like dropping a deuce right in front of Christian.
You can hear the plops in the water.
I'm so glad I missed that.
He's like talking to him. He takes his seat and he's like,
I didn't realize that's what that was.
They really had the sound effect?
Yes.
Wow.
I literally, oh my gosh, that just like cringes my brain because I didn't realize that's what that was.
He thought he's like sitting on a sofa.
I had to rewind it. I thought it was just like a loud swallow.
So you went back because you
Not
heard
because of the plops. I just went back because I missed what he said
People's
to
plops.
the person he was
People's
talking
plops.
to. So I was like, let me go back and see what he just said. So I heard the plops again, but thought it was a loud swallow.
What are they called?
So it was like more dramatic because he was like, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. And he finished. I was like, oh, that's pretty like dramatic. Now I know what it is.
Blah, blah,
It's a
blah.
dramatic deuce.
Oh my God.
I was eating too, and for some reason it made me feel really gross. Even though you don't see anything,
So
I was just
funny.
like,
It's because
in front of a person.
he and Christian Bale don't break eye contact at any point during the conversation. Like Bale doesn't even react. Like, I don't know. If I'm in that situation, I'm at least like, could you not?
I think that's a power move, though. There is no better way to tell somebody I'm in control in this situation. I'm going to take a fucking dump and just stare at you the entire time.
And then later on, right, Peoples is like stabbing himself with an ice pick. And then he's beating up Christian Bale because he blames him for everything, even though it's totally like not his fault, really. And I go to my husband, I'm like, wait, why is he beating Christian Bale up now all of a sudden? And he goes, have you not been watching the last like 20 minutes? This guy's not right in the head. Like
That occurred to me too. I was like, okay, Christian Bale sucks and absolutely deserves every ass kicking he gets in this movie. But I didn't understand why he got mad at him for his brother.
Yeah, there was no connection.
My one complaint I had about this movie was that there was a lot of characters. There was just a lot of them, and I don't feel like they were all.
What do you mean characters? Like,
No, like there was just too many people in the movie. Just an abundance of like those two like
The dirty cops.
I could have done without them, and I feel like the movie would have been just as good without them like trying to like stab Shaft in the back. I don't know.
none of us have watched the original, the series that was out right now. Because I wonder if those are characters that were in the show.
Maybe, and that's why they felt important to carry them along into like the future one. Because a lot of them like felt important and carried the plot forward.
Yeah,
but I don't
think
know,
so.
the dirty cops. I was like,
It was cool that Richard Roundtree, who played the original Shaft, was in this
Yeah.
one. Like as the original Shaft, as his uncle.
Oh, wow. Really? That was him? Oh, that's cool.
and I loved him leaving the restaurant and just had his arms around two chicks and like, you're damn right. There he is.
Still got it.
Shaft.
Yeah, so I don't know. Overall, I felt like I got what I came for with this movie. Within the first 30 seconds, it sets the tone of the entire movie. Like, you kind of know what you're going to get. And I'm glad I watched it. I don't know if I'll watch it again, but I'm glad I watched it.
I gotta agree. I enjoyed watching it. That's for sure. It was funny too. I love John Singleton, who's the director of this, and he's known for like Boys in the Hood, and I think he did Too Fast, Too Furious. John Singleton, he's like legend out here, and I liked how he kind of, at least the movie felt, even though there was like all this social content and these things happening, there's still like humor in the character Shaft. I mean, we're over here talking about whether it's a dick joke or not.
Yeah.
And they're carried along, and they made it entertainment, had all these characters, all these different people in this movie, and maybe, they're to find some sort of like connection to, I guess.
Yeah.
Because there's definitely a lot of characters in there. I was like, because I was like, are they like caricatures?
Yeah.
Because now I'm thinking about Jeffrey Wright. I'm like, was that kind of like a caricature?
Yeah.
But even still, the movie was suspenseful. There was some action. There was some humor. I dug it.
Yeah, I laughed a lot. Samuel L. Jackson had some really, really funny lines.
I know. I loved when he's like, do you know who my father is? He's like, do you?
Yeah. Yeah. And when he's beating the one guy up and he's just like, you know that little boy? And he's like, yeah. And he's all, wrong answer.
Oh my God. That was my favorite scene.
Yeah. I love like the bravado and the way that like when he sets up the dirty cops and people's, you know, in that situation, and he just rolls away like, let's go, you know, laughing about the whole thing. Like he just was in control from start to finish. It was really enjoyable to watch him take down the bad guys. And the ending, I know I texted you guys this, the ending was giving a lot of like Law and Order SVU. But it's interesting because this movie came out like during the first season of Law and Order SVU. And so it made me think, has SVU been ripping off Shaft for like 23 years? So at the end of the movie, spoiler alert for 2000 Shaft, in case you guys haven't seen it. But at the very end, the mom of the boy who was killed in the beginning, the man who was killed in the beginning, Christian Bale's, you know, walking into the court to finally stand trial for this murder, and the mom pulls a gun and she shoots him and kills him. And I'd say 50% of Law and Order SVU episodes end in a similar fashion, where there is a shooting on the courthouse steps or in the courthouse, because it's like, you know, a distraught parent who's like, you know, raped my kid or murdered my kid or whatever, and I don't think that justice is going to be served, and so I'm just going to take justice into my own hands. And it was interesting because, you know, it's kind of a played out trope now, but as I mentioned, at the time that this movie came out, it definitely wasn't.
You can tell I don't watch a lot of Law and Order because I did not see that coming. I was kind of sitting there though, like, you know, Toni Collette's character is finally going to go and like testify, and she's really nervous, and Shaft's like, it's fine, you know, I'm here with you. And then you see the mom come in, and I'm like, are we really about to watch like a trial scene? It didn't feel right. And I was like, well, I wonder how this is going to end. Is he going to get away with this again? And then when the mom shot him, I was like, yeah,
the second he got out of the second he got out of the car, my husband goes, mom's going to kill him. I was like,
and then her and Shaft just have that look like, I had to do it. And he's like, you're right. You did it.
Yeah, it's like I get it.
Yeah. I do love in the very beginning when Shaft punches Christian Bale in the face and everyone's like, you can't do that. He's like, I can't do what? This?
Yeah,
punches him again.
You broke my nose. You broke my nose. Such a whiny a-hole. Can we talk about how many times the F word is used in this movie?
Oh, yeah.
I thought Pulp Fiction was a lot, and then I watched Shaft.
165 times.
165 times.
The word fuck was used in the movie Shaft.
That is amazing.
165 times, comparing to Pulp Fiction was 265. So I guess it was even more. I think maybe this one felt like a lot more because it was the extended use. It was the mother.
Yeah. And a shorter movie.
It was a shorter movie.
By like an hour.
They packed a lot of fuck into one
Yeah.
movie.
You would have added another hour.
Yeah.
Double it.
Double it.
This is the first time I've like seen Samuel Jackson in kind of like a main role. Like he's like the title character.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just see how incredible this guy is, and because we talked about Pulp Fiction and like how he delivers his lines. He really puts like passion into them, and it's just great watching him.
He's an incredible actor. When he's pissed, you feel scared. And when he's smiling and having fun, you're like, he lightens up the room. I don't know. Like when he's there with his friends and family, like in the bar, you're just like, they're having so much fun. And like he asks the girl again if she wants that LD. That is my favorite phrase at the end.
Oh, I finally get it. LD.
Do you want that LD?
Like the D.
Do you want that? But it's L.
L.
Because L in Spanish means the.
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking that long dick.
Oh,
well, there you go. That's
there's that too.
maybe both.
You want that LD, that long dick? Anyway.
It could be that.
Or the LD. He's being a little bilingual.
Dominican.
Anybody who wrote this movie, comment down below. Does LD mean LD or LD?
Well, I watched the captions. They did have the letter L and D. So maybe it is the long dick.
It's the long dick. Haley and Nicole right now are blushing so hard. I love it.
I just have rosacea.
It's a condition.
Thanks for noticing, Shauna.
Yeah.
It's just hot here. Did it get hot?
We're going to spend the rest of the episode talking about that long
cat
dick.
Shaft is a bad.
To be honest, I was looking at his other movies. I wasn't really paying attention to the content.
We were talking about long dicks. Anyway.
He's a complicated man
With a plan.
No one understands him but his woman.
Chef.
So we got to have a dramatic reading of a scene. So Alex, you'll be Peoples.
Who's Walter Wade Jr.?
I don't care.
Okay, Nicole, be Walter Wade Jr.
Okay. Oh, that's one of my lines.
Ready for this? Okay.
You're prepared.
Okay.
Pete Davidson, and that's good. Okay.
Okay. It's my favorite sketch.
You know, in this neighborhood, I am the motherfucking king snake. But the thing of it is, I go downtown to take my girl out, show her the sights. I walk into a restaurant, and my stomach is in a knot. My teeth is clenched, my hands in a fist. I don't fit in down there. People look at me, size me up. So 10 minutes into it, I can't wait to come back home.
Okay.
I would kill to be you. Go where you go. Do what you do. So, this is what I propose. The jewelry and shit, you hawk the flash and pay me the cash. I'm gonna take it. But what I really want is for you to start taking me downtown with you. I want you to start taking me wherever you go.
You mean like hang out together?
Mm-hmm.
Take you to the Harvard Club? What the hell are you talking about?
That was dope.
Can I just say that they should have cast you instead of Jeffrey Wright?
10-year-old me.
I was just thinking, I was like, look, Jeffrey Wright, I like you in Hunger Games, bro, but Alex has you beaten this.
10-year-old Alex
really
roll into
good.
the audition.
That was dope.
This child's
Hollywood
gonna
will
kill
be
it.
calling
I
you.
felt it. Speaking
Nicole,
of,
you were okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay. Okay. Honestly, though, not for nothing, but when you were talking about kind of Jeffrey Wright as a caricature in People's, like, yes, versus you, I was like, I was in it. Like, it was believable. I was like, oh.
Peoples is a caricature.
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, he is.
Like
Yeah.
he's dramatic. He's this like extra
He
being.
stabs himself.
Yeah,
for
like
Christ's
An
sake.
ice-
yeah, with the ice
multiple
pick,
times.
stabbing people with an ice pick, and then throwing them out the window.
Okay.
Why?
Why did he have to stab him and throw him out?
I'm not saying.
And then did he go downstairs and get it back?
I guess so. Right? And that's the only way it makes sense that he has it at the end of the movie.
Unless he just has a collection of these
Maybe.
things in his
Maybe.
home.
Maybe.
Didn't they call him something? Ice dude or something? What was it?
Something about
Ice
an ice
goof?
pick.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe that. I don't remember.
I did love at the end when you've got the face off between Shaft and Peoples, and he's like, come on, like hand to hand combat, you know, mano a mano. And Peoples, I forget what he says, but he just like dances around for a second. He's like, yeah, I got it. I got it. I got it. Like he looks like he's, I don't know, he looks like he's having like a seizure or something. And he's like, I got it. I got it. I got it.
And then they both end up
And then they
using
pull out
guns
a gun.
anyway.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, you really hyped yourself up a whole bunch for nothing.
Will Smith apparently was considered for the role of Shaft.
Wow.
Yeah.
Will Smith.
I don't think he would have carried it
don't
with the
think
same gravitas.
You know, Don Cheadle too. I guess John Singleton wanted to put Don Cheadle
love
in
Don
as
Cheadle.
John Shaft. I don't think it would have worked.
I think it had to be Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, it had to be Simon.
Yeah.
Jackson. I can't
Yeah,
see
he played the
anybody
role
else.
very good.
Yeah, Wesley Snipes publicly blasted John Singleton for not casting him. And I'm like, look, like you were good as Blade, but like
What?
you're not the only dude with a trench coat in town. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's right. He can't be the only one wearing.
That's
trench
what I'm saying.
No.
So he had a whole lot of different black trench coats. There was like a whole number as to how many he had. But there was so many. They were all black though. I don't think they were all trench coats because I think I like saw like something that was like up to his.
Like a waistcoat
yeah.
situation. He was a fashionable guy. I loved the glasses.
You know, black is a symbol of power. I heard it
Yeah.
somewhere some time
There
ago.
you go.
I love that.
It also makes you look thinner.
Yeah, it
That's
does.
obviously what John Shaft was going
Yeah,
for.
of course.
Does this black trench coat make me look thin or threatening? Or both?
I guess it didn't do too great in the box office, and they had to scrap a sequel. They had planned a sequel to take place in Jamaica, battling some drug lords. But then it didn't do so well, so they didn't. But I would have liked to see
sounds
that.
Interesting, though.
Yeah. Sign me up.
I've never seen the one with, I guess in the 2019 one, his son, John Shaft has a son who kind of takes
Wow,
over.
that was so recently.
I know, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
Samuel Jackson's in that one too.
Yeah, he is. So that would be interesting to
Yeah.
see. So let's rate the performance of our boy Samuel L. Jackson in this film. What do y'all give him?
All right, so we got to think kind of standalone, but also comparatively to Pulp Fiction, right? So I feel like one of the big things for me about Pulp Fiction was that he brought more to the role than was expected of him, versus I think in this, he brought exactly what was expected of him.
Yeah, I felt the same. 'Cause I feel like the character that Samuel L. Jackson plays felt very similar to Shaft to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
And honestly, I feel I'm kind of happy that happened because I would have wanted to see more of him in Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I will. I mean, I gave him, I think, an A+ for Pulp Fiction. I think I'll probably give him an A- for this. So slight step down, just because I don't think it didn't require as much from him. Even though he was the lead, he didn't have as much like nuanced dialogue and really like this was very, a lot more action oriented, a lot more humor oriented. But when I think of Shaft, I'm going to think of Samuel L. Jackson, for the rest of my life. So I'll give him an A-.
That's interesting you say, because I feel the connection I was like making to like the Pulp Fiction character and now, I feel like that created some kind of cap. Like Shaft could have been more than that.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying like they were like exactly the same. Maybe it's just because I just watched Pulp Fiction and then now watching this and like still feeling that come out. I feel like there could have been more to Shaft. I think I'll give him a B+.
I think I'm going to go with the A-. I think in Pulp Fiction, he was part of like more of an ensemble cast. And even though he wasn't the main character of the film, we all agreed that he kind of made the film. Like he was our favorite character. He was the one who kind of drove the plot and like that we wanted to see more of. And then like you guys just said, like in Shaft, he's the main character, but he fulfills exactly what you think he's going to fulfill. He doesn't have any like emotionally heart-wrenching scenes or...
I'm thinking though, like I wonder if it's because it's already based on an existing character.
Maybe that's it. Maybe it's already so kind of stuck within the boundaries of what the Shaft character needs to be. For not, for better or worse. It's not like he was bad character.
Yeah, he did a great performance.
Yeah, it was amazing. I think we're going to have this trend with all of our Samuel L. Jackson movies, to be honest. Like we're going to be like, oh, he kicked ass. It was great. Like it was so good.
He is who he is. Yeah.
Yeah, I preferred him in Pulp Fiction, but I preferred Shaft, the film, over the Pulp Fiction film.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, I think I'll piggyback off of Shauna and Haley. I'm going to give him an A- because, I don't know, I really liked the role. I liked the movie, and I know we're not grading the movie just yet, but I kind of take that into consideration, too, on how much I liked the film in itself to grade the actor by. And I did like this one more than Pulp Fiction as well because, I don't know, I just felt like I was able to not like understand this one more, but I don't know.
It's just more linear.
Yeah. And so, so I would give him an A- as well for what he did.
Which, by the way, anyone listening to this right now was like, wait a second, they like Shaft more than Pulp Fiction. They're turning it off. And they're going, these people don't know jack about anything.
These people don't understand cinema.
At least it's towards the end of our episode.
I know.
And you know what? They're right. We don't understand cinema.
But I mean, it does kind of speak to the difference between like cinema and just an enjoyable film.
Yes.
It's like this whole like Martin Scorsese debate, right? About like Marvel films and whatever. There's no substance. And it's like, you don't always need substance. Sometimes you just need Samuel L. Jackson like punching a racist in the face.
That's all I want. And then we got it out of this movie.
Yeah, you just don't really need all the weird, funky like camera angles and whatever.
With Shaft though. We had some... Yeah, I guess, the weird camera angles.
I feel like my thing is too, it's kind of difficult for me to sit down and watch a 2.5 hour movie where that was Pulp Fiction. Yeah. Whereas this was like an hour and 40 minutes, I think, or something. Yeah. I was able to sit down and fully watch this. Whereas Pulp Fiction, I was just like checking how much time was left with like an hour left because it was just so drained.
It just kept going.
Yeah.
Pulp Fiction just kept going. Yeah.
And I think I'm thinking of what score I gave to Pulp Fiction and I graded it as a means of like importance in cinema. Mm-hmm. But now that I'm thinking back on it, if I was just going to grade it in a movie Shauna liked, I would give it a much lower score. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because now I'm like, I liked this movie so much more than that. So I'm going to give Shaft a B+, and I think I'm going to change my score for Pulp Fiction to like a C.
Yeah. Well, it's weird too, because like in my travails, I have yet to meet many people that are like, Pulp Fiction's the best movie ever. I meet people that are like, oh, Pulp Fiction's a classic.
Exactly.
That's not the same thing, dude. It's just not the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, I can recognize that Gone with the Wind is a classic, but I don't want to sit down and watch 3 hours of Scarlett O'Hara. I don't, like, it doesn't mean I like it just because it's a classic. And so, like, I feel like sometimes people are like, I love Pulp Fiction out of spite, you know? Like,
tell me why. Tell me why you like it.
well, it's like, oh, because
classic.
it's Tarantino. Like, good for him. But so I don't know. Sometimes I think we let ego get into the way that we view things and discuss things. And if you let ego out the door, like, I can see film critics coming into Shaft, and they did. They gave it, bad reviews, and I can see exactly why, because they're like, no, if this isn't high class, like, not everything has to be, dude. It can just be entertaining with a funky bass line in the background. Well, I don't know.
I had some listeners send me messages, and they completely agreed with our analysis of Pulp Fiction, how we were kind of like, it's kind of, wouldn't watch it again. Like, we get why it's important, I suppose. But so shout out to the pop culture junkie listener.
If they did Shaft as a TV show, I could totally see myself watching it, like as a serialized.
With Sam Jackson?
With Sam Jackson or with anybody. I mean, like, but I could just see myself watching like a crime show, a serialized crime show with a, Shaft as a lead character, and I don't know. I mean, that might kind of hit right now with, what happened, what's happening in law enforcement.
Who do we cast as Shaft?
Just, okay, I'm going to put my 2 cents out there just because I've seen him in this type of acting role. But if we couldn't pick Samuel L. Jackson, I would pick Ice-T. Who plays in SVU. And he's a bad boy detective. As in like a BA detective, but I don't want to swear because my parents listen to this.
Sorry, Nicole's parents.
But I just think he would play the role so well because he's like that detective who will just take charge and be like, not take anyone's crap and puts his foot down when he needs to.
I know exactly who I'm casting.
I do too. Okay, you go.
I am casting John David Washington, who is Denzel Washington's son.
Okay, that's a good one.
He has been in Black Klansman. He was in The Tenant. Anything I've seen him in, he has been just stand out. He was in that Zendaya film, Malcolm and Marie. So some acting creds in that family. I think he would kick ass.
Alex, didn't you say John Singleton did Too Fast, Too Furious? All right, so I would pull a guy out from Too Fast, Too Furious who was also on Stumptown, and he's been in a bunch of other stuff too. He had his own show for a while where he was a lead, but his name is Michael Ealy.
Okay, Google it.
Okay.
Ooh, hey.
He is so good. Like, if you're talking about, a black private dick that's a sex machine to all the chicks, is Michael Ealy. He's got a jawline for days. Yeah, for real, though. I would watch him.
I would go with Jonathan Majors. Jonathan Majors from Lovecraft Country.
Yes.
The Heart of the Fall, this guy.
Yes. Have you seen pictures of him shirtless? Oh my God.
I think I saw one just now.
You Google him, it's the first thing that pops up.
Honestly.
I thought of another one.
Okay, what's the other?
It's Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
See, I thought of Michael B. Jordan,
looks.
but I feel like you'd expect him.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Just because of the name.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Yeah.
I'm sure he would do great with it, but yeah, he's in a lot right now.
I remember seeing like some tweet or something that was like, "Dear Hollywood, there are other like talented young black men besides Michael B. Jordan. Like, he doesn't have to be cast and everything."
Who was the guy in the recent Candyman movie?
Oh.
I can see him in it too. Yahya Abdul-Mateen. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be the new Aquaman.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay, so this is our petition to network TV studios to launch a Shaft TV series.
You know what? Screw that. If we're petitioning this, Alex gets to play Shaft.
I
Yes.
don't know. Like,
Done. No, Alex will be the people's character.
Peoples Hernandez. Yes. Love it. Okay.
Yes. We've
That's
got
our fan cast dream.
Can we just be extras?
Oh, I will totally be the waitress.
Okay.
I could totally pass for like a mom down on her luck. Wait, that's like my life.
It's a real stretch. A real
It's a real
stretch.
stretch.
bring it to the.
Bring that energy. Bring that
Be
energy.
like, you guys, I'm on a teacher's salary.
I'll be Elizabeth Banks.
Just in the background. Wow.
Permission to be one of the chicks that Shaft pleases my booty. I don't
I thought you were going to say one of the chicks in their underwear packing the meth in the back room.
Oh my God. There you go. Put me in there. Put me in there. Put me in, coach.
Oh my gosh.
All right. What would you guys give the film overall?
I think I'd give it a B. I enjoyed it. I liked watching it. I think, Samuel Jackson really carried it. There were a lot of great characters. I would say that, the middle part of it, it kind of lost my attention.
Yeah.
But, I got right back up. But yeah, I give it a B.
Yeah, I'd say B-. Beginning was strong, ending was great, middle dragged. So there could have been some editing to clean up the middle, and it would have gotten higher. But yeah, I'd say B-.
I'll give it a straight B, just literally for the same exact reasons. I'm into these types of movies where it's like crime. Obviously, I'm into Law and Order SVU. So like Haley said, it's kind of right up that alley almost with the ending. But so yeah, I'd give it a B.
I think I said B. We'll stick with that. I think that sounds good. And I completely agree with you guys. I think it was, rather than there was too many characters and people in the movie, like I said, I think what it really was just the middle got a little convoluted for me. And
He annoyed me. I would play him, but he annoyed me.
Because you would have played him better.
There was too much peoples.
There was too much peoples in this movie.
And then you would be the cover of People's Magazine.
Oh, bazinga.
I like you do that.
That was good.
That's good. All right, y'all. Our next Samuel L. Jackson movie is going to be Snakes on a Plane, which I have never actually watched all the way through, and I am really excited for this one, you guys.
My knowledge of Snakes on a Plane is that Cobra Starship song.
I love that song.
We'll have to talk about that too.
I didn't watch Snakes on a Plane, and I've been avoiding it my
neither.
entire life because it just looks so stupid. Snakes on a Plane?
How did those motherfucking snakes get on that motherfucking plane?
Why is there a movie about it? That's like the Piranha movies and like all.
We're gonna find out.
We're going to find out.
We're going to find out.
I'm hoping that it's going to be so stupid that it realizes that it's stupid and it's therefore really funny. That's what I'm
I think that's what I'm.
I hope it understands that it's ridiculous.
I think it does, but whether that serves to actually make it funny, that's the question. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
'Cause like the Naked Gun movies
I love this.
are intentionally stupid to
Yeah.
make you laugh, and they're hit or miss, right? So I feel like that's what this is going to be, but I guess time will tell.
Time will tell. I guess our fans are just going to have to tune in next time to find out. So why don't you guys tell the peoples where they can find you?
That was adorable.
You can find me, Haley, on Instagram at 30 Nerdy Thriving.
I'm Alex at ALCASNUN on Twitter and Instagram.
You can find me, Shauna, at Shauna Trinidad on Instagram and Twitter, SHAUNA
You can find me, Nicole, on Instagram and TikTok at Nicole_Eldridge and on Twitter at NAEldridge14.
You can check out our website at www.popculturejunkie.com. Make sure to like us on Facebook, Pop Culture Junkie Podcast, and join the Pop Culture Junkie support group, where we talk about all things pop culture. On Twitter, we are at Pop Junkies, and on Instagram, we are at pop.culturejunkies. Please like, subscribe, download, tell your friends about us. Help us get our little beloved podcast to only grow bigger and bigger. And come back next week for another hit of pop culture. Shift!
Pop Culture Junkie is a production of Pop Culture Entertainment Group.